Okay, good evening, everybody. This is Book11 2000, and this live stream is going to be made especially for SE, since he's a huge Thomas fan out there. And it's going to be focused on fan-made PBS airings of the classic series of Thomas and Friends. Not the one with Michael Brandon that we already knew aired on PBS, but the classic series era, the Brit Oldcraft era. Okay, SE. So, I'm doing great. So, SE. Believe it or not, I actually made 3 classic series PBS airings of... Yeah. Along with a few season 6 episodes, but with Alec Baldwin's narration, rather than Michael Brandon's narration. How would you feel about that? And there will be one in particular with narration by Michael Angelis. Yes, the one that contains the narration of Ringo Starr, which is the drummer of the Beatles. That's what we're talking about. So, SE, do you want to know what the 3 classic series airings of the titles I came up with? Michael Angelis' US version, with, it would be the PBS. Alright. Okay, SE. So, here are the 3 titles I came up with. So, one of them would be an airing called Excitement and Fun. And the air date would be from September 6th, 2000. And it would contain 4 episodes narrated by Ringo Starr. Hey, SE, glad you could join us.
Yeah, it's like 10:25 p.m., but I'll still join in. Anyways, let's get on.
So, if you... Alright, so, the first one... No, I'm not a fan of the CGI era. I'm more of a classic series fan, but anyway, the first title
I like both CGI, actually.
Would be a PBS airing. It would be called Excitement and Fun. And it would contain 4 season 1 episodes. It would contain 4 episodes narrated by Ringo Starr and 1 episode narrated by Alec Baldwin.
Okay.
And
how about
it would contain the episodes Thomas and Bertie's Great Race.
Or Thomas and Bertie in the UK.
And then Happily Ever After is the next story that would come after it.
I think I remember seeing Happily Ever After on Make Someone Happy one time, I think.
And then after that, it's followed by a song, Gone Fishing, the redone version of Gone Fishing with just the children singing.
The lyrics, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Julie Minnick, we can imagine Arthur releases some other time. This title's focused on classic series airings of Thomas and Friends.
Ah, yes. My all-time favorite show.
After Gone Fishing, of course, would be Thomas's Christmas Party from season 1. And it's Ringo Starr's narration from the United States rather than George Carlin's.
Yeah, even though, George Carlin didn't narrate George Carlin re-narrated seasons 1 through 2 during the time he narrated season 3.
Yeah,
mostly.
But the one on Excitement and Fun will show Ringo Starr's version of Thomas's Christmas Party.
Okay.
Same thing would go for The Flying Kipper, which would come after it, and then Henry's Special Coal. Those would Also, and then, well, and
Hmm?
then, and then after this, we would go into for excitement and fun. It would. You may not be interested in the PBS Kids logos but the PBS Kids logo
Yeah.
for excitement and fun would be the dot transformation one.
Okay, that's tolerable. Yeah. So Ringo Starr era. It's US, right?
Yeah, and it
Let's.
also includes the Ringo version of Thomas and Birdie's Great Race, just like on James Learns a Lesson. Now, would you like to hear the next airing?
Sure.
This one is called No Confusion or Delay.
Yeah.
No Confusion or the 7th, 2000.
September what? 2000?
September 7th, 2000.
Okay.
So, Excitement and Fun would be from September 6th of 2000. No Confusion or Delay would be from September 7th of 2000. You ready to hear the narrators for this one?
Sure.
This time the narrators are Ringo Starr, George Carlin, and Alec Baldwin.
Okay. I prefer Ringo's narration from season 2 because his narration was legendary.
Alright, now, you're ready to hear the episodes? This
Sure.
would contain Thomas and the Conductor from season 1, and that has Ringo Starr's narration. And then it would have Thomas Percy and the Mail Train from season 3, which is George Carlin's narration.
Hmm.
And then it would have Percy, James, and the Fruitful Day from season 3, also with George Carlin's narration. And that, of course, would come after the song Sir Topham Hatt.
From season 5, basically. Basically, it's the season 5 version of Sir Topham Hatt.
Yeah, and then after that, it would contain Percy, James, and the Fruitful Day from season 3, and then Thomas and the Special Letter from season 4.
Okay.
And then after this, By George from season 5.
Yeah, and I found Thomas's crash in that episode by George was hilarious.
So, now that I told you about the narrators, now which narrator would be for the airing of No Confusion or Delay, and which episode there would have Ringo's narration?
You said Thomas and the Conductor, and that's Ringo's US narration.
Yeah, and then what would be after that?
Thomas Percy and the Mail Train, or Thomas Percy and the Post Train, narrated by George Carlin.
And then after this?
It has the song Sir Topham Hatt with lyrics. Then I think it has Percy, James, and the Fruitful Day, also George Carlin. And I can't remember the other. I think it was Thomas and the Special Letter.
Yes. And
George
then
Carlin
By George would be the last episode.
Yeah.
From season 5 with Alec Baldwin's narration.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Tolerable.
and the PBS Kids logo, would you like to know which PBS Kids logo appears on No Confusion or Delay?
Go ahead, I guess.
Dash transformation.
Okay. Tolerable, I guess.
Alright. And here's the third one I came up with. And this one would actually air in October 2002.
Okay.
And it's called Happy Halloween from Thomas and Friends.
Oh, okay.
And this would also contain 5 episodes, narrated by Ringo Starr, George Carlin, and Alec Baldwin.
Oh.
The first episode that would be shown would be Haunted Henry from season 5.
Is it Percy's Ghostly Trick next?
Yeah. And Percy's Ghostly Trick is not the George Carlin version, but it's the Ringo Starr US version instead.
Taken from Shining Time Station, basically.
And then after this, Boo Boo Choo Choo, which is a song from season 6.
Wait. Boo Boo Choo Choo. Is there like another song that involves Halloween from the classic era, or just Boo Boo Choo
I
Choo?
believe Boo Boo Choo Choo is the only one.
Oh,
And then after Boo Boo Choo Choo, Thomas, Percy, and the Dragon would show up from season 3. Well, you're in luck, because that's the airing I'm talking about with it. Guitar Hero, or... Alright. Anyway, Haunted Henry, Percy's Ghostly Trick, Thomas, Percy, and the Dragon, Henry and the Elephant would be after this.
wait.
And then from season 4, and then Toby's Discovery from season 5.
I think that's like 5 episodes in total.
5 episodes in the PBS airings of the classic series, with 1 song in between.
Okay.
And unlike the Michael Brandon era, the classic series era would go straight to the end credits after the last episode, meaning no engine roll call. Meaning no engine roll call at all.
I'm gonna
And
quickly exit StreamYard for a second. Okay, I'll live chat instead. Don't worry, I'll still be in the live chat. Don't worry.
okay. And you want to... And of course, the PBS Kids logo that would be shown in Happy Halloween from Thomas and Friends would be the Dot logo from 1999, where Dot runs up to the screen. That's because the engine roll call didn't even exist until season 8, and we're talking about the classic series era. Then obviously it would be completely different with CGI. Okay, so SE, those were the 3 airings I came up with. Would you like to hear some more that I haven't come up with yet, SE? Okay, now here's this next one. And it's actually... So, SE, did you hear which PBS Kids logo would appear on Happy Halloween from Thomas and Friends? Which would be from October of 2002. And obviously, it would have the 1993 Connecticut Public Television logo for the classic series. Unlike the Michael Brandon era, which had the 2004 logo. It was the Dot logo from 1999 where Dot runs up to the screen for the Halloween airing. You're absolutely correct. Okay, here's this fourth one that I'm going to come up with, SE. Do you want to know what it is? It's Best of Thomas Part 1. Best of Thomas Part 1 is the next title I'm going to come up with. And it would air in July of 2001, 2 months before it got a DVD release. So, what did you think of the title, SE, called Best of Thomas Part 1? Oh, it's Best of Thomas Part 1. And it would actually contain some of the same episodes as the Best of Thomas DVD release. But you want to know what is different about that TV airing compared to the DVD release? The DVD has all... I'm doing great, Alexa. But you want to know what's different about the TV airing of Best of Thomas Part 1 compared to the DVD version of Best of Thomas? Because the DVD version would have all 8 episodes narrated by George Carlin. The TV airing, Best of Thomas Part 1, would only contain 5 episodes. So, and they would actually contain the first 5 episodes of Season 1 on... Actually, it would contain the first 5 episodes from the Best of Thomas DVD release. But you want to know what's a little bit different in the TV airing, SE? While the DVD has all 8 episodes narrated by George Carlin, Best of Thomas Part 1 would have some of the episodes narrated by George Carlin, but only the Season 3 episodes narrated by George Carlin.
Thomas whistle sound?
So this stream is about Fanmade Classic series, PBS airings of Thomas and Friends.
Talk about the CGI ones. That's not what we're going to be talking about. We're talking about the classic.
So, Julie Minnick. So,
what?
If you want to know, the first one I came up with, Excitement and Fun, and that would actually contain 5 episodes with 4 of them narrated by Ringo Starr and 1 of them narrated by Alec Baldwin.
Wait, let me stop you right there. Who is Ringo Starr?
Oh, Beatles drummer?
Seriously? That's what Ringo Starr is? Beatles drummer?
Yeah. And then, so, here are the episodes for Excitement and Fun. They would be Thomas and Bertie's Great Race, narrated by Ringo Starr from Season 1. The Ringo Starr US version, of course. And then Happily Ever After from season 5, narrated by Alec Baldwin. And then after this, a song called Gone Fishing, which is the redone version with just the choir singing. And then, of course, after this, Thomas's Christmas Party from season 1, and it's Ringo Starr's US narration. And then The Flying Kipper from season 1, also Ringo Starr's US narration. And then last but not least, Henry's Special Cold from season 1, once again, Ringo Starr's US narration. And you want to know what PBS Kids logo would appear on the TV broadcast of Excitement and Fun?
No, what?
Dot transformation, where Dot transforms into a tiger, octopus, and astronaut.
The topic classic Thomas. That's we talking about.
Okay, now this next one I came up with is no confusion or delay.
But the engines always cause confusion and delay. Why does the episode gotta be titled that?
It's just a fan-made title I came up with. It's called No Confusion or Delay, another classic series airing containing 5 episodes. This time containing narrators Ringo Starr, George Carlin, and Alec Baldwin.
Classic. He kind of narrates really good.
And it would contain Thomas and the first episode that would be shown on there would be Thomas and the Conductor from season 1, which is Ringo Starr's US narration. And then Thomas, Percy, and the Mail Train from season 3, which is George Carlin's narration. And then, of course, the song called Sir Topham Hatt, which is a song from season 5. And then, of course, after this, Percy, James, and the Fruitful Day from season 3, also with George Carlin's narration. And then Thomas and the Special Letter from season 4 with George Carlin's narration. And then last but not least, By George from season 5 with Alec Baldwin's narration.
Nice idea.
And then, do you want to know what PBS Kids logo appears on No Confusion or Delay this time?
No, what?
Dash transformation.
Let me guess. Caveman, scuba diver looking dude, and a freaking robot for some reason.
Yes, that's the one. Okay, and here's this last one. Alright, and here's this third one I came up with, and this one's called Happy Halloween from Thomas and Friends, and that would air in October of 2002.
Friends episodes that are Halloween related.
Yeah, the episodes are Halloween related, containing narrations by Ringo Starr, George Carlin, and Alec Baldwin. So the first episode that would be shown on Happy Halloween from Thomas and Friends would be Haunted Henry from season 5 with Alec Baldwin's narration. And then Percy's Ghostly Trick from season 2 with Ringo Starr's US narration. And then we have the song Boo Boo Choo Choo, which is a song from season 6.
Boo Boo Choo Choo, funny name.
And then after this, Thomas, Percy, and the Dragon from season 3 with George Carlin's narration. And then after this, Henry and the Elephant from season 4 with George Carlin's narration.
Henry and the Elephant. What? Has Henry ever seen an elephant in that episode?
There's an elephant in that episode, to be exact. And then after Henry and the Elephant, would, of course, be Toby's Discovery from season 5 with Alec Baldwin's narration.
Alec Baldwin? Who's flipping coals is Alec Baldwin?
Alec Baldwin, he's an actor. He appeared in films like Thomas and the Magic Railroad and The Boss Baby.
The Boss Baby. Boom, boom, let's go!
Alright, and you want to know what PBS Kids logo appears in Happy Halloween from Thomas and Friends?
dot logo, I guess?
No, the Dot logo from 1999 where Dot runs up to the screen.
Right, that's what I just said.
Yeah. The Dot logo from 1999 where Dot runs up to the screen. Alright, and here's this fourth one that I'll come up with. And this one would be called Merry Christmas from Thomas and Friends, and that would air in December of 2002.
Hey, I bet on your soul that some Thomas episodes are Christmas related, especially Santa's little engine.
Yeah. And you want to know what episodes are on there? And this would contain episodes narrated by Ringo Starr and Alec Baldwin. So, first off, it would contain the episodes It's Only Snow from season 6 with Alec Baldwin's narration. And then, of course, Jack Frost from season 6 with Alec Baldwin's narration.
Jack Frost?
And then, of course, Thomas's Winter Wonderland, which is a song.
Yeah. Another Winter Thomas episode I would add to the mix is Santa's Little Engine. And obviously, after each and every episode, it would use the PBS Kids Snow Globe ID.
Alright. Well, after Thomas's Winter Wonderland, we would go into the season 6 episode Toby Had a Little Lamb with Alec Baldwin's narration.
But that episode isn't even winter related.
Well, it has snow on it.
Oh, thought it didn't have snow, but...
And then after this, we go into the Deputation from season 2, and that also contains snow. And it has George Carlin's narration.
And what happens after that? The freaking end credits play for some reason?
No, after this, there's one more story called The Flying Kipper from season 1 with Ringo Starr's U.S. narration.
Let me stop you
Then
right
we go
there.
into the end credits.
But isn't the Flying Kipper a movie?
No, the Flying Kipper is like a fish that the engines pull, that Henry pulls in that episode, and it does have snow on it, so yeah. And then of course, the PBS Kids logo that would be shown on Merry Christmas from Thomas and Friends would actually be the snow globe one.
But isn't that what I said earlier?
Yeah. Hey, SE. So, SE, what did you think of the snow globe logo appearing on Merry Christmas from Thomas and Friends, airing in December of 2002?
I don't know. I think Essie really think it was really not that bad. And it had a little really nice tune added to it, like man, gotta love that song.
And the Deputation would be the season 2 episode, The Deputation with George Carlin's narration. Because
Sure.
Ringo Starr did not narrate it in the United States. And you are correct, SE. So basically, SE, the only episode where Ringo Starr and SE. So basically, the only episode of Merry Christmas from Thomas and Friends with Ringo Starr's narration would basically be The Flying Kipper. That would be the only episode on Merry Christmas from Thomas and Friends with Ringo Starr's U.S. narration. Correct, SE?
Yeah, I think you would say
So, SE, what made that idea really perfect?
yeah, why not explain, Essie? Any more ideas up yo sleeve?
Yeah. Here's this next one. And this would be called Being Careful.
Now wait just a diddly darn minute on a lava coal. Isn't that what you said in an earlier live stream?
Yeah, but I'm talking about a classic series version of Being Careful. Not the one with season 12 episodes, but a classic series version. So the episodes for the classic series version of Being Careful would be Thomas Goes Fit would contain 5 episodes with 3 narrated by Ringo Starr, 1 narrated by George Carlin, and 1 narrated by Alec Baldwin. And this would contain the episodes, it would contain the episodes Thomas Goes Fishing from season 1 with Ringo Starr's US narration. And then after Thomas Goes Fishing would be the episode Down, would be the episode Gordon Takes a Dip from season 1, also with Ringo Starr's US narration. And then after this, we go into Thomas Comes to Breakfast from season 2, also with Ringo Starr's US narration.
But isn't that episode based off of a book?
Oh yeah. And of course the song would be let's see. All right. So I'm going to look up the list of songs real quick. Okay, so actually it would have The Trouble with Mud from season 3 on Being Careful.
Yeah, Trouble with Mud.
So the episodes would be Thomas Goes Fishing, Down the Mine, Thomas Comes to Breakfast. Those 3 episodes would have Ringo Starr's narration. And then, of course, The Trouble with Mud from season 3 would be after it. And then, of course, after this would be Something in the Air from season 5, which is Alec Baldwin's narration. So what did you think of the episodes for the classic series version of Being Careful, SE? And what were the list of episodes on their SE?
Yeah, what you think, SC?
Or, I meant to say Gordon Takes a Dip. If I accidentally said Down the Mine, I meant Gordon Takes a Dip.
I have no idea what you're saying, but...
Okay. And you want to know which song would appear on the classic series version of Being Careful? It would be...
Spit it out already!
Let's Have a Race.
Hang on a second. What? Let's Have a Race is a freaking song? How is that even Thomas confirmed?
It sounded like, let's have a race, let's see who is the quickest, who could be the fastest. On your mark now, get set, go! That's what it sounded like.
Gordon impression. Hey, Spencer, I'm way more faster than you, so I'm going Sonic speed! Yeah! I think Gordon just takes off like freaking Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh, Thomas Comes to Breakfast would be on there, SE, as well. And that would actually come before The Trouble with Mud. And Let's Have a Race Thomas Comes to Breakfast would come after the song Let's Have a Race, and The Trouble with Mud would come after Thomas Comes to Breakfast.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. No, you got my ideas up your sleeve.
So, after the Trouble with Mud would be Something in the Air from season 5 with Alec Baldwin's narration. And Being Careful would air in Alright. So Jeremy Barton. This is on classic series
Stop with the
PBS
talking.
Airings of Thomas and
Every time you
Friends.
speak, your voice literally sounds like a robot in every single live stream. Even this one that we're doing right now. Like, is your microphone doing it okay?
Oh, my microphone is not muted.
Well, what the heck is it doing?
Oh, it just echoes on streams.
Yeah. Anyways, what the flipping Thomas Calls were you saying again?
So, the classic series version of Being Careful would have Thomas goes fishing, and then it would have Gordon takes a dip, and then Thomas Comes to Breakfast, which would come after the song Let's Have a Race. After Let's Have a Race would be Thomas Comes to Breakfast, then The Trouble with Mud, and then Something in the Air from season 5. And SE, would you like to know which PBS Kids logo appears on the classic series version of Being Careful compared to the season 12 airing? Compared to the season 12 airing with the episodes Thomas and the Billboard and Steady Eddie and had the 1999 Dash logo, the classic series version would actually have the 2000 dot transformation logo. So, SE, Hey, SE, did you hear what PBS Kids logo would appear on the classic series version of Being Careful compared to the season 12 version with the Dash logo on there?
Dash logo, but this logo is so old nowadays. The logo even got destroyed on one of the TikTok videos.
Alright. It would be the
So,
dot transformation logo.
now before we get to more Thomas ideas, here are my ideas for what if Little Einsteins aired on PBS Kids. So for the Little Einstein special, The Christmas Wish, it would have the PBS Kids Snow Globe ID logo.
Hey, I have an idea. This may be off topic, but let's think of for season 2. For season 2, why not have episodes with certain That's So Silly segments using different ones? So, of course, for the one where Annie raises the curtain would have the 2002 PBS Kids Fishbowl logo. The one where Quincy blows into his tuba would have the 1999 Dot logo. The one with June catching something would have the 2002 Snow Globe logo. The one where Leo conducts a music box would have the 1999 Dash logo.
What about
And the
Rocket
one where Rocket pulls a
song?
string would either have the Dash transformation or Dot transformation logos.
So that's what silly segments it would have if The Christmas Wish aired on PBS Kids?
Oh, the Christmas Wish is from season 1, so...
So, at the end, I think, just think, it would have the PBS Kids Snow Globe ID logo since this episode is all about with Dare!
Alright. Here's this next one we are going to imagine. This next one we're going to imagine is called The Best of Thomas Part 1. Not to be confused with the DVD version of The Best of Thomas. Now, SE, do you want to know what episodes would appear on The Best of Thomas Part 1, the PBS airing, compared to the DVD? Compared to the DVD from 2001? Alright, so Best of Thomas Part 1 would air on PBS in July of 2001. And unlike the DVD version, where it had all 8 episodes narrated by George Carlin, The Best of Thomas Part 1 would have only the Season 3 episodes narrated by George Carlin. And the first episode that would be shown on here would be Thomas Gets Bumped from Season 1. And then, of course, from Season 3 with George Carlin's narration. And then we go into Thomas, Percy, and the Dragon from Season 3, also with George Carlin's narration. And then, of course, the song would be Thomas's anthem. And then after Thomas's anthem would be A New Friend for Thomas from Season 1, or A New Friend for Thomas from Season 2, I meant to say. A New Friend for Thomas from Season 2, this time with Ringo Starr's US narration, compared to the DVD, which had George Carlin's narration. And then after that, Thomas Saves the Day from Season 1, Ringo Starr's US narration, of course. And then, the last episode, Trouble for Thomas, Ringo Starr's US version, and In Sync, compared to Best of Thomas DVD, the one with footage from Season 3 on there that was shown on Percy's Ghostly Trick VHS release.
Yeah.
And then Trouble for Thomas would be the last episode. And you want to know what PBS Kids logo would appear on the Best of Thomas Part 1 SE? And it would air in July of 2001. It's the Dash transformation logo, where Dash transforms into a caveman, scuba diver, and robot.
Yeah. Anyways, I can't think of other ideas. If PBS Kids IDs were Halloween themed, instead of the normal Dot running up to the screen, Dot would be seen in a witch costume, running in a broom until she gets all the way to the screen, then smiles, and then the zooms out with, and then the thought bubble says PBS, and then it would have the byline pbskids.org. And
but what would Dash do?
Well, he could be seen as a vampire, thinking about something of what he wants to do for Halloween, and thinks of a plan. And then the logo just ends with the green circle zooming out, the font bubbles PBS, and the byline again saying pbskids.org.
So what did you think of the PBS Kids logo for the Best of Thomas Part 1 SE?
Hey, I may have gotten a little on topic, but CoComelon actually airs on Universal Kids now. This ain't joke. This is not actually a joke. This is actually real. It's gonna air on Monday at 8 a.m.
What is?
The Universal Kids airings of CoComelon. Yeah, and Vincent Motto thinks he's old enough to watch this when it's just a kid show. Yeah. Honestly, I'm kind of, really shocked when CoComelon airs on Mondays on 8 a.m. on Universal Kids.
Okay, so Jeremy Barton, In case you missed it, here are the PBS Kids logos for the classic series of Thomas and Friends. Excitement and Fun would have the dot transformation logo and would air in September 6, 2000. No Confusion or Delay would have the dash transformation logo and air on September 7th, 2000. Happy Halloween from Thomas and Friends would air on October 25th of 2002, and would have the PBS Kids ident from 1999 where Dot runs up to the screen. And then Being Careful, the classic series version of Being Careful, would air on September 8th, 2000, and would have the Dot transformation logo. And then The Best of Thomas Part 1 would air on July 27th of 2001 and would have the dash transformation logo.
Hey, so I may have gotten off topic once again, but what would happen if PBS Kids IDs were Halloween themed from 1999 to 2013 for modern days?
That would be cool.
Anyways, please, what would happen if the original 6 PBS Kids IDs were Halloween themed?
Well, let's say they would all be really cool. The other 4 would have Dash being a ghost, Dot being a goblin, or Dash pretending to be a jack-o'-lantern.
And what do each of the original 6 Halloween PBS Kids IDs do? Like, what does Dash do in the first original PBS Kids Halloween ID?
So, you told me about the first 2, right? The third one, Dash would be a ghost. The 4th one, Dot would be a goblin. The 5th one, Dash would pretend to be an orange jack-o'-lantern. And the 6th one, Dot would be in a bat cave.
Yeah. But what about the modern PBS Kids Halloween IDs, but this time with Dot, Del, and Dee?
Well, to be honest, there really is only one, the Batcave one from 2013. But if there were more, let's say Del was pretending to be a ghost. So anyway, Jeremy, what did you think of the PBS Kids logos for the classic series era of Thomas and Friends, Jeremy, and the air date?
You know, I think Jeremy think they were actually really have good ideas. So if a little Einsteins Halloween aired on PBS Kids, it would have the PBS Kids Dot as a Goblin ID from 1999. What?
All right, so here's the next one we're going to imagine.
You mean
And
think
this
about
one would be called The Best of Thomas Part 2. And that would air on PBS on July 30th, 2001. And this would contain the last 3 episodes from the Best of Thomas DVD release, along with 2 extra episodes on there. It would air on July 30th, 2001. And it would have the episodes. The first one would be Thomas and Stepney from season 4 with George Carlin's narration. And then, of course, A Big Day for Thomas from Season 1 with Ringo Starr's US narration. And then, of course, after this would be Thomas Meets would be, of course, Accidents Will Happen.
So, I got my first DVD update of 2021. Allow me to show them to you. I got Frozen on Blu-ray/DVD, The Little Rascal Fest with Sparky. Now, if you're wondering what the episodes are, they are Our Gang Follies of 1936, Washi, Irony, Shrimps for a Day, Choo Choo, and Nights and Gales. And another DVD I got, well, this one was at Walmart, and it was Animaniac Season 1, Volume 1, and there's like a bunch of episodes, and we go for this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there's a bunch of episodes from front and back.
What year did that DVD come out?
I don't know, probably some time in. Yeah, I don't know, because Animaniacs DVDs haven't really around over the years, and Walmart is still selling them. I mean, how old are they?
Pretty old.
Another DVD I got is Shrek 20th Anniversary Edition. So, it's the usual Shrek disc, but if you want, it has the bonus disc. This is Shrek the Ultimate Collection. I never got this on DVD, but this is the bonus disc. And both of these are green, if you can tell. And that is my DVD update of summer 2021.
Okay, so anyway, after Thomas Meets the Queen from Season 4, it would contain 2 added episodes on there, and that would be Thomas and the Rumors from Season 5 and Sir Topham Hatt's Holiday from Season 5. And since it's from July of 2001, do you want to know what PBS Kids logo would appear on the Best of Thomas Part 2 from July 30th of 2001, Jeremy Barton?
Anyway, what did you think of my DVD update for summer of 2021?
Great. So, the PBS Kids logo that would be shown on the Best of Thomas Part 2 would be the 1999 PBS Kids logo where Dot runs up to the screen.
However, no DVD update for 2020 is complete without this one. Next DVD Bingo, hosted by SpongeBob SquarePants, one of my favorite shows on Nickelodeon. And I know if you pick up some of these that you don't know, you have to name them for me. Anyways, for the first one, we have Sandy, Goddard, Hank, Joe, Boots, Angelica, Chucky, the Bobo Boys. And Tyrone. And I don't know who the heck is Greg. Like, can you name him for me, dude? Because this one is on 051. Come on, you know him. You know him, Flicka.
Is he an Avatar character?
Yeah, he is. He's on 051. Come on, you literally know him.
I believe that's Avatar himself or one of his friends.
Close enough. We got Tasha, Mummy Man and Vertical Boy, Richard Tall, Pablo, Dora the freaking Mexican-looking explorer girl from Beautiful Town, Rory, Crimson Chin, yeah! And who the heck is that? I think that's Polka Dots. We got Mailbox, Monte Cosmo, and whatever this bat-looking dude. It's like, you know this bat-looking dude. You know him.
I believe it's this. I believe he's either probably from Jimmy Neutron or something.
Close enough. But you're gonna get a little off again. We got like, who the heck is this gray dude? Cause well, come on, you know him.
I believe he's probably a Ren and Stimpy character.
Red Stiffy looking dude. Got to me turn and again, go again. Like, who the hell's this Danny Phantom girl looking dude in this series?
I haven't really watched the series, so
I bet you don't know this one either.
I believe I haven't really seen Danny Phantom or the Fairly Odd Parents yet. The only Nickelodeon show I do like is SpongeBob.
Speaking of SpongeBob, you can see him on G41. But we got blue bowl looking dude with some monkey slide click, but that's again, again, this jetpack looking dude, 70s Squidward, once again, that bat looking dude, that freaking evil looking guy didn't even call him that pigtails looking Annie dude. What the goose?
Isn't Patrick Star on one of those cards?
Let me check. Okay. Nope, yes he is. He's on G44. And this time we have some new characters. You got the Bubble Boys, Petty Wigale, Swipe Hale, the freaking Tasha, female hippo looking yellow dude, Gary with legs, and Kimo. If you're wondering why you haven't seen if I have two SpongeBob DVDs, well, I'm gonna show them to you right now.
Alright, so here's this next Thomas one we're going to imagine. This is going to be the next one is going to be called The Best of Percy Part 1. Believe it or not, it would air on July 20. It would air on July 24th of 2001, the same day that The Best of Percy was released on DVD. And do you want to know what classic series episodes would be on The Best of Percy Part 1? It would contain Percy's Ghostly Trick as the first story, with Ringo Starr's US narration, and then A Scarf for Percy from Season 3 with George Carlin's narration, and then the song would be Percy's Seaside Trip, and then, of course, after this, Percy Takes the Plunge from Season 2, which is Ringo Starr's US narration, and then...
So, I have two SpongeBob DVDs to have a show off to. So I got first of the two original movies, and they are the SpongeBob SquarePants movie from 2004, the SpongeBob movie Sponge Out of Water from, I don't know, 2015 or something. And yeah, sadly this doesn't feature the third movie, Sponge on the Run. It only has the first two original movies. And yeah. And if you're wondering why I got the first 100 episodes on DVD, that also SpongeBob. I know you've really seen SpongeBob, but that's basically it. So it contains all episodes from this 1 through 14. Okay.
And this only contained episodes from the first 5 seasons, right?
Yeah, and I bet they contain the other 5 seasons from the 100 episodes. Okay, 2 rows of 1 disc feature SpongeBob. Another shows Patrick, Gary, Squidward, Mr. Krabs. Yeah, Sandy, and Plankton, and yeah, that's basically it.
So after Percy's seaside trip, we would go into Percy's predicament from season 2 with George Carlin's narration, and then of course after this would be Thomas Percy in the Mail Train from season 3 with George Carlin's narration, and then the last episode would be Percy Runs Away from season 1 with Ringo Starr's US narration. And do you want to know what PBS Kids logo would appear on the Best of Percy Part 1? Jeremy? It would have the 1999 PBS Kids logo, where Dash thinks about something. So did you hear what PBS Kids logo appeared on the Best of Percy Part 1? Jeremy?
So, let's see.
It was Dash from 1999, where Dash thinks about something. That's the logo that would appear on Best of Percy Part 1, Jeremy.
So, sorry if this runs your childhood, but not only SpongeBob, the original cartoons, but also Slendy Bob or SpongeBob.exe. It is actually scary, and you don't want your childhood to be ruined. You just want to keep the original SpongeBob SquarePants you've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever you do, don't watch SlendyBob/SpongeBob.exe. It's very scary and violent. You can have nightmares while you sleep.
Don't worry, I never watched anything like that.
And this is to all of them who's watching this live stream. Do not watch SlendyBob/SpongeBob.exe, otherwise you'll have nightmares.
Don't worry, I never watched anything like that.
And this is why I told
I only watched the original SpongeBob series anyway, so...
Yeah. So, there's another piece of SpongeBob which I want to show you, and it's a SpongeBob plush that I got for my birthday a year ago, and it's basically the McDonald's version of the SpongeBob plushie, but way more different. So yeah, So I've got 3 pieces of SpongeBob merch, 2 DVDs, and 1 plushie. SpongeBob SquarePants. Hey, Blank and Lava! Did you see my 3rd movie, Sponge on the Run? Hey, Squidward, I know you're watching this live stream because you were in my 3rd movie, Sponge on the Run.
Get out of my house, SpongeBob!
Oh, crap! Squidward kicked me out of my house because I told him that he should see me in my 3rd movie, Sponge on the Run! Magic, gotta do something! Is it me or you a cardboard version yourself?
Really, SpongeBob? I mean it. Get out.
Fine, you don't have to yell at me, Squidward.
Mr. Squidward?
Oh, well, this usually looks like Mr. Krabs.
Mr. Squidward, don't you ever use that tone of voice on me, Fry Cook, again.
He's starting to break my heart, Mr. Krabs.
It's okay, Sonny. It's okay. It's not your fault. Squidward's just being grumpy.
Yes, just please. I only want to tell him that he was in my 3rd movie, Sponge on the Run. Please, if Squidward yells at me again, then I'll be very sad for the rest of my franchise.
Me too, SpongeBob!
Patrick, I didn't even know you were there.
Squidward yelled at me earlier, and I feel bad that he yelled at you.
What happened when he yelled at you? Did you tell him the same thing I did?
He told me that if he ever saw me again, he would call the cops on me and arrest me.
What? He wouldn't call the cops on you. Oh my god. I gotta go tell this to Mr. Krabs. Mr. Krabs! If Patrick is screaming at my best friend Patrick again, he's gonna call the freaking police!
Mr. Squidward!
Oh,
you
crap,
should
not
be...
again.
Mr. Squidward! I'm calling the police on you, Squidward, for threatening SpongeBob and Patrick.
No, please, Mr. Krabs. I promise I'll be like the SpongeBob and Patrick for all. Just please give me a second chance.
Of course not, Squidward. Your actions have major consequences.
Oh, well, looks like it's coming for me. Oh,
and then when you get out of jail, I'm assigning you to the chum bucket with Plankton to work for Plankton. I can't stand with you anymore, so I'm going to have to send you to the chum bucket to work
no,
with
not
Plankton.
the chum bucket. I didn't mean to yell at SpongeBob and Patrick.
Squidward, did you steal the formula with Plankton?
No, I didn't steal the formula. I was at the
Squidward,
waiting for
Squidward, for encouraging Plankton to steal the formula, I'm taking you and Plankton both to jail.
No, not jail, Mr. Krabs.
And then he cries. And then Squidward cries.
Yeah.
I can't believe Krabs took me to jail after me stealing the formula multiple times.
Well, I know, Plankton. What could be even worse than this? If we escape from jail, Mr. Krabs is gonna call the police. Mr. Krabs is gonna give us an even worse punishment.
All right.
The next day,
Squidward, Plankton, I caught you both from escaping jail. You know what that means?
We get sent
life
to the
sentence. It's made up. You know what that means, Plankton? And you and Squidward both deserve life sentence without the possibility of parole.
Well, we're through, Plankton. The next day, when Squidward learned his lesson, Squidward yelled at SpongeBob again, and SpongeBob was heartbroken. I can't take this anymore!
I'm sad too, SpongeBob! SpongeBob, why are you and Patrick crying?
We're crying because of you yelling at us for far too long. You've been in one episode. You've been yelling at us when we were trying to be good neighbors.
I don't want to be yelled at anymore, SpongeBob. So what were your thoughts on me portraying Patrick and him crying with SpongeBob after being yelled at?
That was pretty good. And there was another part where this time Plankton yelled at SpongeBob instead of Squidward. Well, he was
this time it's Plankton and Squidward both yelling at SpongeBob this time. SpongeBob, you give Plankton the secret formula, or I am taking your house. You give me playing formula and my clarinet at once. Squidward! Plankton! Squidward! Plankton! You both are fired!
We've been working so hard, Mr. Krabs. How can we get fired if we aren't really attempting to take SpongeBob's house? I mean, look at it! His house is in the shape of a pineapple!
My house! My rock!
What's wrong, Patrick? Did
Squidward stole my rock!
Mr. Krabs! Squidward took Patrick's house!
Miss Squidward? Why did you take Patrick's rock?
Well, I took Patrick's rock because it was nothing but my house. So that's why I have to take it. And by the way, I exploded his whole rock.
Well, Squidward, this is what you get. Your own house is destroyed now, Squidward, as punishment for destroying Patrick's house. Your own house is now destroyed, Squidward.
But my house looked like a freaking stone from South America.
And now, your house is now destroyed after destroying Patrick's rock as payback.
Then later in the kingdom, Squidward's house was rebuilt. And
1 year later,
SpongeBob, once again, and this time he took his house. Mr. Krabs! Squidward took my house because I was trying to chill out in his room.
Squidward, I'm giving you the worst punishment yet.
Uh-oh, what's it this time, Mr. Krabs?
You are not. You are never allowed to leave the Rusty Krab, no matter how much you escape. You'll have to work with SpongeBob for the rest of your life.
What? But I won't work with SpongeBob. He always comes in my house.
I don't care. You get what you deserve, Squidward.
This is gonna be a terrible time for me working with SpongeBob at the crush. Working with SpongeBob.
3 years later, Squidward gets stuck in Dragonland.
Where am I? My enemy? This isn't a kingdom bottom. What the? What in vertical is that?
Wheezy!
Yeah? What's Squidward doing here?
Wheezy, what is this strange creature in Dragonland? Hey there, little octopus. Get out!
I'm not an octopus! I'm a squid! You don't even know who I am. I'm Squidward Tentacles, and I live between my idiot friends SpongeBob SquarePants and Patrick Star.
Well, that's how sometimes I feel whenever Wheezy is loud and annoying. Meanwhile, Emmy and Max appeared.
Emmy, Max, what are you two doing here?
Squidward and Zach, both of your attitude need to improve.
But did Mr. Krabs send me here to Dragonland?
Yes, as punishment.
Oh no, I belong to Nickelodeon, not a random show on PBS Kids.
Meanwhile, Squidward and Zach get into an argument. Probably the season 2 to 6 design. So, can you think? Hey Jeremy, I was thinking, could you think of maybe one episode where all the dragons get stuck in Bikini Bottom after Dragonland gets destroyed by a hurricane? It would actually have a PBS Kids logo, and it would be the fishbowl one. And with the season 4 through 6 funding, and what is the plot about for the season 5 finale of Dragon Tales called Goodbye Ord? And so why not have Mr. Krabs and Quetzal team up? Hey Jeremy, why not in that episode, that SpongeBob Dragon Tales crossover, have Mr. Krabs and Quetzal team up and have the employees and the dragons helping out at the Krusty Krab? Emmy and Max, bienvenidos. Now, niños, today we're going to Bikini Bottom because Dragonland is destroyed by a hurricane. Oh no, a hurricane! Oh, Wheezy, what are we gonna do? Now, don't worry, niños. Hey, how about in one scene, Ord teams up with Patrick, Squidward teams up with Zach, SpongeBob teams up with Wheezy, and Sandy teams up with Cassie. What did you think of those characters teaming up? And then, of course, Mr. Krabs and Plankton teaming up with Emmy and Max. It would actually contain the season 1 entrance music, since it's for the season, since it's a season 4 episode of Dragon Tales paired up with the season 4 design of SpongeBob as well. Oh, and how about in one scene, Zack and Squidward are arguing what musical instruments they want to play. So what happens in that particular scene where Squidward Tentacles and Zack, the Green Dragon, can't decide what instruments they want to play in... Actually, it would be the people in Bikini Bottom calling the kids to Dragonland this time, because they've never met them before. They are holding a SpongeBob and Patrick plush. So what were your thoughts on a scene in that episode where Zack and Squidward are arguing over a certain type of music they want to listen to? I just noticed a weird error in the episode to Kingdom Come. Do you know what that was? It would be the one from To Kingdom Come. So which they are zoomed in. Well, in one scene into Kingdom Come, right after Ord disappears, Emmy accidentally used Cassie's voice when she called out Ord's name. Emmy accidentally used Cassie's voice. So which one was it? Oh, can you think of one Season 4 episode with an error where Ord accidentally uses Zack's voice? It would be one scene in the episode Ord's skiing lesson. Oh, and do you remember those two episodes where Max goes to Dragonland without Emmy, My Emmy or Bust, and something's missing? Well, I was thinking of an episode where Emmy went to Dragonland without Max in one Season 4 episode. Where, without Max and Enrique, since they had to go somewhere for, like, a skiing lesson. So how would you feel in Ord's skiing lesson? Ord is afraid to go skiing because he's never done it before. And that would be the episode where Emmy goes to Dragonland without Max and Enrique due to the fact that they're having their own skiing lesson. And what did you think of the idea of Ord accidentally using Zack's voice in one scene? Yeah. So, do you want to know what Ord says when he accidentally uses Zack's voice? He actually uses one piece of recycled dialogue from the episode Calling Dr. Zack. Do you want to know what that dialogue was? It was Ord saying, "I wish I wasn't so afraid, but I just am," but accidentally using Zack's voice. So, what voice does Ord use in the episode Ord's skiing lesson compared to one scene? Even though Zack and Wheezy are absent. So, Jeremy, what happens in the... Yeah. Oh. And I thought of one season 4 episode called It's All Right to Cry. And that episode would actually focus on Zack. So what happens in one scene of Ord's skiing lesson compared to other scenes of Ord's skiing lesson, now that I told you about it?
Hey, James, I love you.
See ya. Well, Ord and Cassie are absent. Ord and Cassie are absent in It's All Right to Cry, and Wheezy is also absent, even though Zack is not. This is the second time Zack is only shown on one head instead of two heads. So what were your thoughts on that interesting error where Ord accidentally used Zack's voice? And what did Ord say when he accidentally used Zack's voice? keep in mind it was recycled audio from a season 1 episode called Calling Dr. Zack. So, you can come up with the plot for the episode It's All Right to Cry. So, what do you think happens in the episode It's All Right to Cry? This would be one of the rare times where Zack appears without Wheezy in It's All Right to Cry. Oh, and how would you feel if those episodes used the fishbowl logo, since My Emmy or Bust focuses on a submarine? Oh, hey, so what happens in the episode It's All Right to Cry? Oh, and can you think maybe of a season 4 episode where all 3 of the kids are absent, with only the dragons being shown? Oh, Jeremy Barton he likes to imagine. Well, let's just say in that episode, Wheezy and Cassie were supposed to take Zach out for a picnic, but they forgot about him. How would you feel about that happening in that episode? So, what happens in that episode where all three of the kids are absent? Yeah. And do you want to know what the episode is called? It's called let's see. And it's called well, they forgot Zach. Oh, and can you think of at least one episode where Zach appears without Wheezy? It's called Flying Solo. What did you think of the title called? Flying Solo. It would be a 2-part episode, actually. In fact, it would be the 7th episode of season 4. And this would be one of the times where each dragon cries in a separate scene. Flying Solo would use the 1999 dot logo. So what did you think of each dragon crying in a separate scene in Flying Solo? Sure. And how about at the end of the episode, how about at the end of the episode, Quetzal gets a call from Max, and he tells him, and then, and how would you feel about Flying Solo being one of the rare episodes to come out with a sad ending rather than a happy ending? Well, why not have Ord be the dragon that starts crying first, and then the other dragons join in crying a few seconds later? It would be it looks like they're going to have after school activities for a for for the entire year. Because Amy and Max and Enrique had to go to a band concert after an after school band concert. So the sad ending would be that Emmy and Max cannot go to Dragonland because they have after school activities for an entire year. All right. So which character would cry first after Quetzal makes the announcement? So Ord would be the one that would start crying first, and then a few seconds later, Cassie would join in, then Wheezy, and then Zack. Yeah. In fact, there would actually be one character that would cry twice in the episode. And do you want to know what that is? One of the two-headed dragons. Yes. Zack would be the one crying the most in that episode. Because he is the one that really needed Enrique to come the most of all out of all the other kids. How would you feel about that? Oh, and why not have a season 4 episode where Mr. Pop steals Zack's laugh this time compared to Wheezy's? Or and this would be called Zack's last laugh this time. Both of which would use the 1961 one, 1969 one would air in 1999 with the 1998 PBS logo with the correct audio. And the PG-13 rated remake. Actually, the 1999 G-rated one would have the PBS Kids dot logo, along with the 2003 PG-13 rated remake. So, what do you think of the idea of So what's different about the episode Zack's last laugh compared to Wheezy's last laugh? Well, why not at the beginning of the episode, Zach tells a funny joke to Wheezy. At the beginning, and he laughs so hard that Mr. Pop gets the idea to steal his laugh. And wouldn't it make sense for Zach to cry in that episode after his laugh got stolen? Let's just say that in season 4, Zach doesn't really mind having Wheezy that much compared to the previous previous 3 seasons, where Zach was annoyed by Wheezy's loud voice. Yeah, believe it or not, Zach's last laugh would also use the dot logo. Yeah. How would you feel if Zach didn't really care that much about Wheezy being loud as often in season 4 compared to seasons 1 through 3, due to the fact that she's getting more used to him? That he's getting more used to her. So what's cool about it? And how would you feel if in one episode, Zach and Wheezy were both loud? It's called the Dragonland Band. Oh, and do you want to know what musical instruments Zach and Wheezy would play in the Simpsons movie? Would probably use the 2007 Go Shouting logo with the girl shouting, "Go!" Kind of like when Homer Simpson goes, "Go!" Do you want to know what musical instruments Zack and Wheezy would play in the Dragonland Band? This would be an episode where all of the dragons play their musical instruments. Well, you remember when Wheezy played that Wheezy phone in Bad Share Day? Well, I was thinking Zack could play the tuba in that episode. And then Wheezy could play the flute. Ord would play the saxophone. Cassie would play the clarinet. And why not have Max play the trombone and Emmy play the bassoon? So what's interesting about the episode, The Dragonland Band? And this would be a two-part episode from season 4, airing in November of 2006. Well, I was thinking the 1999 PBS Kids logo where Dot runs up to the screen. Because in one scene, Ord runs up real close to the screen, saying that he can't wait to be part of the Dragonland Band. Now, what's interesting about the episode The Dragonland Band? Well, it focuses on the dragons playing their musical instruments. Do you know what dragons played their instruments now that I told you about them? Well, let's say that it takes place during autumn. And get this. Hey, how would you feel? Oh, no. We know Zack plays a tuba. Cassie actually plays a clarinet. Ord plays the saxophone. Wheezy plays the flute. Max plays the trombone. and Emmy plays the bassoon. Alright, now that I told you all the instruments, what are they? Oh. Enrique is actually playing the bongos. So what were your thoughts on Zach playing a tuba in that episode? Oh, and how would you feel about the sound of Zach playing the tuba being recycled audio of Wheezy playing her Wheezy phone from the episode Bad Share Day, because they both sound pretty much exactly the same? Would that sound like a good idea? But unlike Bad Share Day, where it gets interrupted by Cassie shouting, "I need my crayon," how would you feel if that piece played all the way through in the Dragonland Band compared to Bad Share Day, where it was interrupted by Cassie screaming? And how would you feel about this? It is actually a two-part 90-minute episode this time. And do you want to know which dragon cries in one scene of the episode? It's Ord, because he forgot his saxophone. In one scene. But then Quetzal comes up to get it. Yes, they are. And it's Zach that calls Emmy, Max, and Enrique to Dragonland because he's excited to be part of the band. The entrance music would be the same as the episode. It would be the same one as the episode Not a Problem. They would be zoomed in. So what were your thoughts on Zach calling the kids to Dragonland since he's excited about the band concert coming up? Like in a few hours. And it would be episode 8 of season 4. Oh, Dragon Drop? Is that the episode from season 1 where he calls the kids? Where Zach calls the kids? So, what did you think of one scene with Ord crying in that episode? Because Ord can't really find his saxophone. Here, and this is what Ord would sound like. I've lost my saxophone. I don't know where it's at. Could you please help me find it? Because the concert's gonna start in 15 minutes. What were your thoughts on that impression? I think the funniest episode ever would be the... I think the funniest one would be called... You know what? I'd have to agree with you on that. And how would you feel if the theatrical version did not of that episode, the Dragonland Band? How would you feel if the theatrical version did not have the theme song and instead have it say Columbia Pictures presents in association with Sesame Workshop, Sony Pictures Animation Group, the Dragon Tales movie, the Dragonland Band? It would be in theaters in June of 2006, and then air on TV in November 2006, having the theme song, and then, after the theme song, fading to the playroom scene. Oh, you mean in Pigment of Your Imagination, he's like, oh, I'm allergic to dandelions! Chew! Like that? Yeah. In my opinion, I think um the Dragon Tunes version of the theme for season 4 would be the same as season 3, but with updated lyrics by Ziggy Marley. How would you feel about that before the song starts? And how would you feel if season 4 reused the voiceover from the season 1 website bumper, except with different colored letters being purple instead of pink? Yeah. You said that season 3 should have had Enrique, and season 2 should have used a digitalized version of the season 1 intro. But how would you feel if they only added a few new songs for season 4, while most of them reused songs from seasons 1 through 3, like the song called Emotions Inside of You. So, how would you feel if the song Emotions Inside of You reused the crying sound effects of Ord and Cassie from the season 1 episodes in that song? Called Emotions Inside of You. And also reusing a clip of Zack crying from Quibbling Siblings and Ord crying from snow dragons, and so what's interesting about the song Emotions Inside of You, a Season 4 song from Dragon Tales? And what about the crying sound effects of Ord and Cassie being reused in that song? With the sound of Cassie crying from the episodes like Emmy's Dream House and A Smashing Success, and Ord from episodes like The Forest of Darkness. Oh, and what about, we should have a clip of Cassie crying in that episode as well. A clip of, a reused clip of Cassie crying from the episode A Smashing Success. What did you think of that idea of those crying clips and sound effects being reused in that song? Did that make any sense at all? Cool. Yeah. And how would you feel if there was a sequel to the episode A Smashing Success called Another Smashing Success? This time, it would focus on Zach's broken tuba. This time, it would be Max being afraid of telling the truth this time. Max accidentally breaks Zach's tuba compared to A Smashing Success where Emmy accidentally breaks Wheezy's trumpet. How would you feel about that? And then Zach tells Ord off on that, hurting Ord's feelings just like it hurt Cassie's feelings when Wheezy told her off about it. So what's different about another Smashing Success compared to the season 1 episode of Smashing Success, now that I told you about it? And would you like to hear the impression of Ord's reaction when Zach blamed Ord for breaking it? They would get called this time. So, are you ready to hear the impression that I'm going to do after the part where what happens after Zach blames Ord for the incident of Zach's tuba? It would be the same one from To Kingdom Come. Okay. And they would be zoomed in. So, now you're ready to hear the impression, if you want. All right. Let's just say that Wheezy didn't. Let's just say that Wheezy didn't break Zach's tuba. All right, then who broke it? Tell me. Well, I'll tell you who broke it. It was you, Ord. You broke it. Yes, I mean, I didn't do it at all. Please, 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 please give me a chance. It would be season 4 where it would have the most. All right, here's the impression. You ready to hear it? What do you want, Ord? Well, Zach, I wanted to let you know that Wheezy didn't break your tuba. Well, then who did? Oh, then it must be you, Ord. You were the one that broke my tuba. Yes? I mean, no! I didn't even do it! Thanks a lot, Max. Now you got me in trouble by Zach. I told you I did nothing wrong. So what were your thoughts on that impression? Compared to Cassie crying from A Smashing Success, what was different about that dialogue in another Smashing Success compared to the one in a smashing success when Cassie started to cry. Another smashing success would use the Dash Transformation logo. So what's different about the scene in another smashing success in terms of how dramatic it would? Well, because in one scene, Ord imagines himself reading because in one scene, Quetzal reads a story about a caveman. So what's about what Ord said in another smashing success compared to what Cassie said in a smashing success before crying? Yeah. Well, it's slightly different. Some of it would be the same, but some of it would be different. For example, Ord would go, "Thanks a lot, Max. And now you got me in trouble by Zach, and he'll never speak to me again. But I did nothing wrong." Compared to a smashing success where Cassie was like, "Thanks a lot, Emmy. Now Weezy will never speak to me again. I didn't do anything." Well, because Dragonland is like a magical place sometimes, and sometimes transformation can be magical. Compared to another smashing success where Ord mentioned that Max did get Ord in trouble by Wheezy, right? Oh, and can you think of Season 4 episode where a Jugglebug appears that is aired with a rerun of the Season 1 episode, Quibbling Siblings. This time, it would focus on Ord trying to catch a Jugglebug rather than Zach. It would be called Juggling Catastrophe. What did you think of that episode called Juggling Catastrophe? So, Ord is sad that he never caught the Jugglebug, but then Zach tells Ord a story to help him feel better. And then it would show flashbacks from the episode Quibbling Siblings. And then at the end of the story, Zach would go, I got really upset when Wheezy scared the Jugglebug away, and I even started to cry because I really wanted to catch it, but because it was gone, otherwise I could have had nothing to share. And then, but then, we brought something to share, and the Jugglebug came back. And then Ord thanks Zach for the story. It would the entrance music would be the same as to Kingdom Come. So what's different about, and then later on, after that, Ord tries juggling dragonberries. And then the Jugglebug accidentally takes those dragonberries away, causing Ord to start crying, and he was like, oh no, look what the Jugglebug has done! He took my dragonberries! Now what am I gonna show for show and tell? I'll have nothing! So, now that I told you about the plot, what's different about Juggling Catastrophe compared to Quibbling Siblings? They are zoomed in, and the kids get called to Dragonland. In fact, Season 4 is the only season where every episode has the kids get called. Or every new episode, at least. And then in one scene in Juggling Catastrophe, the Jugglebug accidentally takes Ord's dragonberries, which causes Ord to start crying because he really wanted to show them how to juggle the dragonberries. Zach didn't really juggle anything until the really very And how would you like the idea of Ord crying in Juggling Catastrophe after the Jugglebug accidentally takes Ord's dragon berries along with? Juggling Catastrophe would have the 1999 Dot logo where Dot runs up to the screen. Because when fruit juggle, it's almost like flying or something. Well, I'll get off the stream, so I'll see you later.